Crabs, lobsters, and squids. These are some very cool crustaceans. The mud crab is a civil crab from more simple times. This crab likes to chillax on the shores and hang out with their fellows. Strong in numbers they are, yet even alone they possess enough crab honor to guard bridges. Fine warriors, these mud crabs are. Some important things to note. They are quite resistant to pickaxe attacks, so make use of the ice breath, as they can't defend against it. They can also tank fist attacks like Morgoth takes hits. Wait, that's not right. Morgoth lacks health like the prawn addict he is. Anyways, a mud crab's major weakness is the bow. This godly divine weapon will keep them at range, making their claws useless due to their natural armor. It's no wonder that the piercing arrows are so effective. Catching the mud crab unaware will instantly unalive it with a well-placed shot. Now that you know how to deal with them, let's look at their bigger, crabbier cousins, the crab. This one is much bigger than the mud crab and thrives in multiple elements: swamp, fire, and frost. It can often be found protecting its own, who will not notice you since these little crabs will be busy feeding on the plants. Try not to get distracted by these little crustaceans. Now, these crabs are rather simple in combat with a swipe and a slam that are both easily avoided. They can also spit at you, but this will actually help you as they often miss, which will allow you to punish it very nicely. They may be bigger than the mud crab, but are far less fearsome. Now the fire crab is more interesting. First off, they are guarded by a giant ballista that you must avoid. They move the same as the prior crab, however, this time they are resistant to fire. Big of claw, small of health. These crabs are. Frost crabs, annoying these ones are. They have no crab honor and will fight in duos and hit harder than two fire crabs. They also drool ice breath, so stay out of the way unless you want to catch a disease and die. Fire is quite effective against these crabbers, so with some well-timed pyromancies, one will fall, which will allow you to easily finish off the last icy crab. Charged attacks into a stagger, it's just that shucking easy. Praise shrill. So, Sea Dweller, ready to know about the very wet lobsters? Good. Before we get into the lobsters, let's see what a Tarnished has to say about them. I like lobsters, but if there is one thing I don't like, it would be a giant lobster. And this here takes me to Elden Ring. It's filled with them. And yes, by them I mean giant fucking lobsters. How do you get rid of them? Hi AR, these fuckers are unkillable. I tried everything from plus 100 weapons to the sweat rag I used to wipe my ass. I swear these sea urchin-like fucks are as sturdy as they come. I jumped down on one of these fuckers once when I was lost in the pipelines of Lindell. The shithead didn't even hesitate before unloading the map, and to make things worse, he wasn't alone. These cunts sometimes travel in packs. They are all packing, I mean everything. These crabs wannabes have the whole thing, the blicky, the drive, that good sea kush, none of that corner store seahorse shit. But anyways, back on topic. These fuckers guard everything. They are grubby and terrible like dragons. Yes, I am comparing them to dragons. Their greed is unmatched. Have you ever tried entering the water in Elden Ring? Yeah, it's not fucking fun, is it? You instantly die. And you want to know why? You die because that environment isn't meant for you. In the water, these things flourish. They don't even have to use up to 5% of the power to scoop you off the dirt and turn you into a happy helping of spaghetti right on their lobster plate. I mean, these cunts are brutal. Knew a guy once, liked to cosplay as a Lindell soldier. Fucker didn't stand a chance. Got picked up by one of the bloody ruthless bastards and got the Gojo treatment. And since that day, I've never looked back. Never seen one look happy. Never seen an innocent man return from the depths of these crustacean crusty clutches. If I could use one word to describe the insurmountable level of hate I feel when I see these things, I would simply not be able to. I have to reinvent the way we, as Tarnished, understand the language to be able to convey such deep levels of disparity and rage. So I will say this one last time. Fuck the sea folk, and fuck you, lobsters. Wow, thank you for the lobster deep dive, fellow Tarnished. Perhaps we can figure out how to defeat them. So first to know is that there are many lobsters in the lands between. Therefore, make sure you get to a big high level so that you can use some overpowered incantations to make short work of these sea spike fiends. If you choose to fight them with melee, be wary of their stabs, as it will be a +5 combo. Their slams are very easy to avoid, so no need to worry about this one. One of these sea spike creatures, when defeated, will turn into a 4-armed sword-wielding menace. Come prepared with extra flasks for this kelp-munching freak. Here's a spooky ocean fact. These are not the only type of lobster. There is a frost lobster too. Imagine regular lobsters, but now full of ice. They're far more deadly. But here's their one major weakness. Fire. Ooh, fire. They get cooked in the flames. Dragon breath is a great example. Completely roasted. Think I'll have myself some lobster tonight. Lobsters can be quite tough, but with the right preparation, they too can even be defeated. Now let's look at their more relaxed but tankier uncle, the squids. These are just chill guys. You are a psychopath to society if you harm these majestic creatures. They help you out against the giant magma worm in the freezing fields. They gladly guard you with their life and fight to the death against a beast if it means keeping you safe. So I repeat, do not attack these unless you want 100 frost lobsters in your house. So you may think it's over, yet there are 2 left. These are boss crabs in red and blue. The red crab is the easier of the 2 since it does not inflict a bleed that nerfs your health. This creature has a hard shell exterior protecting its body, so aim for the head, as it's an open weakness. Furthermore, on weaknesses, they are very weak to fire, so don't bring a dragon bow like me to a fire elemental fight. Now, for their alter ego, the blue crab. This is much crabbier and inflicts bleed as stated before, however, with a mythical weapon, like dual blades. You can turn yourself into an airborne hunter of death and dive all over the place. Breaking your shells will present an opening, so take advantage of that when you are able to. If you want to fight these sandy crustaceans, then all you must do is stop watching this video right now and go play Monster Hunter Rise. Agreed? Good.